So I just got out of a situationship, which I just posted a video about that you can watch if you want to watch before this. And I got over it very quickly. Getting over a situationship is something that I feel like I have a lot of experience in. To be honest, I really don't feel a lot of pain or attachment towards this person. And I don't even feel a lot of anger towards this person. And I think this is probably the second time that I feel like I've been able to do that quickly. And I wanted to share my tips, okay? Step number 1, this should be your first step. You should do this as you're crying, as it's ending, okay? So that your memory is fresh. Pros and cons list. Immediately. And I'm talking detailed, and I'm talking be petty, okay? So say, his head was too small. Q-tip shaped head. Say he was broke. He didn't have a car. He lived out of the city. He had a roommate. His life is going nowhere. He was too short. I feel like he was lighter than me. I feel like he smelled kind of weird sometimes. Like, be petty and quote things that will really bring you there to that moment where something revolted you that he said or did. I know I'm saying he. Obviously, I date women. You might date women. Right now, I would like to make this a little bit cathartic for me and make it a little bit personal. So I'm going to be saying he, but obviously insert whatever pronoun is relevant in your situation. Write in quotations some, like, the phrases that were really awful and really annoyed you. Okay, so for me, one of them was, "What the F are you crying about?" Writing that down in quotations and looking at it and reading it when you're thinking about this person, that's what you need. You need to be wiring your brain to the worst of them because they got the best of you. So you need to be wiring your brain to remember the worst of them so they don't get the best of you again. Okay? Pisces girl here, Pisces advice. I'm not saying all of this is going to be disclaimer. Some of this might be toxic, okay? Because my next piece of advice is date and go show yourself what kind of better is out there. Because I find 9 times out of 10, when something ends, the next thing is the pendulum always swings, okay? So the next person you get involved with is often everything that other person was not. So, for example, for me, this last guy was very much complaining about, are you using me for my money? Meanwhile, he doesn't have his own place, doesn't have his own car, all this stuff. He does well enough, okay? He does well enough. I'm not trying to shit on him in that way, but, he definitely doesn't do as well as a bunch of people that I've dated. Go out and show yourself what you were missing, because it not only does it do good things for your self-esteem and for moving on, but it literally shows you, this was just a person. You were just attached to them. They weren't the one that got away. You were just attached to them, and you may already have known. For me, I knew in my heart of hearts that this wasn't my person, but my attachment and my biology or something, I don't know, made me feel like this might be someone I could date for a while. And then when that person becomes, I don't know, they start breaking promises that they made to you and being a cruel, more of a cruel person, or not the person that you signed up for, you need to remind yourself that there's so many different kinds of people out there, and not all of them are gonna make you feel bad in that way. Whatever way they made you feel bad in, or whatever way they were lacking or made you feel insecure, or whatever it may be, or whatever way they made you feel like you were asking for too much, you need to go and show yourself that there's people who don't do that. That there's people who, and there may be different issues with these people, but you need to just it's like wasabi or ginger. You need to cleanse your palate and remind yourself it's good. It's good to eat. Do you know what I mean? No, that was a bad metaphor. I'm just saying palate cleanse to remind yourself that there's other things to try that are worth trying. And not everything was in that last bite that you just threw up and made you sick for a week. Okay, maybe that was a little bit better of a metaphor, but it's still awful. And I appreciate you for not laughing at me Next tip is hang out a lot with your friends. Talk a lot of shit about this person. Talk about all the ways they disappointed you and could have done better. Again, be petty. Like literally wire your brain to think of the worst of them. Maybe this is toxic. I don't care. Okay, it works. Go out with your friends a lot. Take hot pictures. Okay? Maybe you indulge in some shopping. Buy yourself some nice rings. Buy yourself some nice rings or a perfume. Something that makes you feel like a little bit more of a powerful being. Because I find a lot of times situationships like take your power away and they make you feel like a worthless piece of shit. So get some armor. I've been thinking a lot about like womanhood as armor. And I like that my nails are silver so it like goes with it. Anyways. You know, and this is obviously to each their own, like, do something fun for you that's like it makes you feel a little bit more of a bad bitch. It can be shallow. Indulge. Do you know what I mean? Indulge. Let yourself be, indulge in that happiest, most fabulous diva version of you for a little bit and remind yourself like that you're the shit and that you deserve better. And whatever they were making you feel like you didn't deserve, you actually do deserve that. And then go out there. Don't isolate. I mean, in my opinion, for me, don't isolate. You need to be out and about and remind yourself that like life moves on. You have friends who love you. Things are happening. You can meet new people. I met someone in the wild that I'm going on a date with tonight. And people will be obsessed with your energy when you're free. I personally find that after a situationship, like, it's up and it's stuck. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much more to explore and to do. And just keep reminding yourself that you deserve better and all the reasons that you do. And let yourself have a little extra fun. Treat yourself a little bit more. Be kind to yourself. And remind yourself that you're just a human and it's okay. And they're not the one that got away. They're just another fish in the sea, energy vampire. You know what I mean? Whenever you think of them, you consult the pros and cons list. Your pros will be tiny. Your cons will be large. Your cons should be detailed. Again, you can include screenshots. Be incredibly petty. Screenshots of conversations, you know, screenshots of, or again, the quotations of the most awful stuff he said to you. And then every time you have a thought, specifically if you think it's going positive, look at the list. And then you wire your brain to be icked out, and then you're fine. That's my personal situationship survival guide. So let me know what you think in the comments. And if you have any other things, add them down below, okay? Start a master list, all right? Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you next time. Bye.